I should have known he's gonna have some lipstick on. Looking
listen, girl. It's been a couple weeks, and I needed this lip. You should have seen me panicking and sweating. I was like, wait, how you do live? I was like Googling. I got my laptop.
Look at you. I'm so happy for you. It's your first live.
My first live. I'm sweating profusely.
You'll be fine. Can't nobody
burning calories.
Anybody's like reactions. They'll like type and maybe talk mess or be happy. Who knows? But
okay.
Hi guys.
Do you see okay, people are in. Hello everyone.
Ooh.
Oh, I like this. You can wave and stuff.
You can wave. People can ask questions.
Oh yeah.
They can put hearts, but sometimes it's a little bit of a delay. So like, want somebody to ask a question, you gotta wait for them to kind of type it.
Okay.
Hey, the source is here.
Ooh, hello.
That's the youth ministry.
Oh, welcome, ministry, on this Good Friday.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Wait,
welcome.
Can we take a moment to acknowledge my good hair day today?
Okay, you know what? I have some questions, but since you said hair, okay, so everyone who is here and joining, thank you, Lala, for joining us here at DrkBeauty. You are a fabulous woman. A silly
I'm
one.
Really there we go. I had to make sure my brand was in the frame.
Wonderful. Everyone, as you saw, hopefully on our page, if not after, check her out. She has the Thrive Health Lab over on the West Coast. She would say the best coast. But it is a fitness lab, community driven, helping not only her community, but those who want to get fit mentally, spiritually. So Lala's been in the game for a minute. She's also a personal trainer. Okay, wonderful. Tell me about Thrive, how you started, because you know me, I like to say I love fitness, but I kind of like ebb and flow with it.
First of all, haven't you done a marathon?
I've done a half marathon.
Oh, okay. You done a triathlon though.
I've done a triathlon.
Yeah, see? So
but that's a part of, that's a big part of this ebb and flow. It's a love-hate thing with the fitness. So tell me how, like, did you go to school for it? Is that what your life dream?
No. Okay, so Thrive Health Lab is a gym. It's located, we're a little bit more than gym. We could talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
But it's located in the View Park-Windsor Hills, Baldwin Hills area. Okay. Hey, Monty's in here.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Celebrate.
Hello, everybody. For those that don't live in Los Angeles, that area is predominantly an affluent African-American community. Okay. It is where I grew up. I grew up more on the bed skirts of that community, but I do now own a house in that community. It's been one of my dreams. I love it there. I actually went to Howard University, HU,
HBCU in the building.
HU in the building. That's actually how I know you. I met you through an HU friend.
Yes. Listen, the HU Connect is quite
real. It's real out here.
Very real.
I actually majored in interior design. I still have a passion for interior design. I just rather kind of do it for myself and family and friends at this point, or give advice here and there. It was more of a luxury service, but also I had got to a point in my interior design career that I just felt like it wasn't aligned with, I didn't feel like it was my purpose. I didn't feel like I wasn't as successful as I could have been because that wasn't the work I was supposed to be doing. Okay. So, rewind to how I ended up becoming a trainer and a gym owner and all those things. I come from, so growing up, I was always active. So I was a cheerleader, a dancer. I did stepping in college. I did basketball. I did gymnastics. I was always in some type of activity. Post college, after my stepping career was over, I had nothing to do. And I realized I'm not a gym rat. I don't like gym, going in there on the weight machine. Like, that's not my favorite thing. I realized I thrive in community and group like workouts are things that I can be competitive in, right? So post graduation, post my degree that I'm not using at this point, I'm working somewhere else. I was needed to fill a personal void. But another thing is I come from a part of my family is obese.
Okay.
and I wanted to figure out a way to be able to get them healthy, physically, and mentally, and through nutrition. So my purpose, my passion actually came from a purpose. So I really wanted to learn these things kind of for myself. At this point, I still didn't know that's what I wanted to do, like just be a trainer. It was just another box of a certification I wanted. Like, okay, I want to be a trainer. So I became a trainer in 2005, and I was excited. And my dad, he would go along with me. Like, I was like, Dad, I'm gonna come over and do a walk. My dad was a very, very big guy, and I'd come over once a week and just walk around the block with him twice. And it was very, very hard for him. Like, he'll be sweating and like kind of like, are we done yet? But he would do it. And I know he would do it for the love of me, but he knew that like I got what I got, and I was trying to learn. I was trying to learn so that I can help him.
So he was there to help you, even though it was, you know,
right. I mean, he was
a journey
for the support, and he knew my big passion was to help everybody. So about a year later, after I became a personal trainer, I actually lost my father. He had a heart attack. He was morbidly obese, and I took my inheritance and I opened up a gym.
Wow.
So in View Park-Windsor Hills, there are no boutique fitness gyms. There's big gyms, like big names.
The chains.
Yeah, the big chains. There was no one there, and I used to go to places like Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, other places that weren't my community to get the type of classes that I wanted and the attention I wanted and the education that I wanted. But when I go into those classes, there was nobody in there that looked like me that taught. And I know there's been like a few times I would just feel uncomfortable, like they're looking at me like, what are you doing here? Or perfect example, taking bar classes, and I used to dance, and they would be like, hey, your form is not right. And I was like, my form is right. I just have a butt. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I actually am trained in ballet. You are only trained in bar. Okay. So,
which is, I mean, that's something to point out, and not to cut you off, because I'm just going to kind of
it's totally fine.
Different parts of it. But, you know, being women of color, you know, our physique is a little bit different than mainstream, right? And so
also, I don't want to be skinny. Let's be very clear. I've never desired to be a skinny person. I just want to be curvy and fit.
and you know what? There's levels to it, right? There are people that love to be thin, right? That's their aspiration. And there are women who want to be curvy and fit, or just curvy, or just thin. The spectrum is quite wide, but you know, I think at least what I believe in, and I believe that aligns with what you believe in, it's like health, you know,
right?
Regardless of what you look like, you just
overall health.
Internally, you need to be healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Internally, externally, financially healthy, all of the above. So, really what we stand for at Thrive is empowerment, education, and community. So we like to empower people by giving them the education that they need to do what they need to do while they're in the gym and also outside of the gym. But really, all our reviews even said this too, like, we really is like a home. Like, my gym is literally a community. People have become friends. I have trainers that now have a roommate, and the roommate is their client. Like, it's just really a team of accountability at the gym. We're struggling, like, right now, like, as a gym community at Thrive, like, we miss each other thoroughly. Like, we miss the interaction of each other. We miss seeing each other's kids. We miss seeing and just checking on each other. So it's been difficult during this time.
I understand. I mean, so in dealing with the difficultness of this time, like, okay, how about this today? Because we're taking it day by day, you know. What brought you joy today?
Completing a grant.
Okay.
And making a snack plate.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, realizing how much time goes into filling out those grant applications, I can imagine how taxing that is.
Yeah. And it's like, and some of them want something a little different. I just finished a grant today that literally, they said, like, this is not going to affect your application, but if you have a presentation of what we're asking for, give it to us. So you know what I do? I put a presentation together of the PowerPoint presentation, and I attached it. Like, I'm not playing those games.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing a little tenacity Because I was gonna ask you to describe yourself in maybe 4 words, but
4 words.
3 words? I could take some words away and make it harder.
No, don't take the words again. Goofy.
Okay.
Hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 word, because just put a little dash in there.
Yep, just put a little hyphen.
Compassionate and loving.
Okay.
Do you think those fit me?
Yes. I feel
like
just to tell the community how we met, and again, I mean, we want to, and I always underscore community, and how we met was through friends and your soror, I don't know the proper term, but
that is the proper term. My sorority sister.
Your
my
sorority
soror,
sister.
My line sister. Yes.
Yes. And we met at a bachelorette on a trip. And interesting, I was like one of 2 people who came in who didn't know anyone of like a crew of 15. So going back to community, we met once, and then we were kind of like, this is nice. And I'm not saying, you know, and I don't say that I didn't connect with anyone else, as I connected with a gang, I mean, everybody who was there. Right. But I mean, going back to community and seeing purpose, and you know, I saw you out there working out and filming, and I'm like, but what exactly, why are you filming? Like, what are you doing? You're like, oh,
and I was like, I have to show them that they can work out without having going to a gym while on vacation. That was the point of that workout video.
And look at us today. Okay, come on, hit me with it, because now we're all at home. Right? You are blessed to have a gym, like own one, you know, you own a space or rent a space, however it works out financially. And I don't have one. So my gym is closed. My community gym that I go to is closed. All right. So I will be honest, my first 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, got this, boop. 30 minutes to an hour every day. I'm here working out in the house, Zooming it or whatever. Okay. So now we're on the 3rd week, and I'm just like, I'm tired mentally. Yeah. And I'm trying to get out. Like, do you have any suggestions on how to get out of that rut? Because I think we all go into it on such a high that it's like, oh,
high I got this list. Working out, or just going into the quarantine?
Going into the quarantine, like, okay, it's scary, but I'm going to try to make the best of it. So, but from a physical standpoint, if your mental is not there, right?
You said it right. I mean, there it is. The suggestion I would have was a routine, right? So no matter what, I'm a big believer. I mean, I've been affected by the quarantine. I'm not perfect. I'm human. Yeah. Like, not only am I an MI trainer that's used to moving around all day and training people and having human interaction, I'm also a regular person who is also, you know, trying to figure out, like, how we're going to keep the business afloat. How am I going to stay afloat? I still have a mortgage to pay. I still have utilities to pay. And my gym was my only source of income. So now what, right? So just imagine that anxiety I wake up with every morning, and I still have a team of 15 people that work at my gym that I like have on my mind daily. Like, I wonder how they're doing, like emotionally, financially, like what can I come up with that's going to help the gym grow, but also help them grow, right? Yeah. So I would say get to a routine. And I'm only speaking from my own personal experience. You know, everybody's different. I wake up, I have my tea to start off with, but I make sure I work out, whether that's on, you know, through my own Thrive, or if I'm doing the stretches in the morning, because when you work out, it releases endorphins, makes you happy. You're like, hey, how can you? Don't forget that question. I know you said.
No, I got two on the back burner.
So basically, get up, get moving. Whether that's you need to go outside, get some fresh air. That's going to release endorphins. If you're just going to be in the living room and do a quick little 15-minute abs, and that will help set the tone. What happens is, I feel like we get lethargic and we get depressed. I'm speaking to myself as I'm speaking to everybody else. Or you get more anxiety when you're kind of just sitting and soaking in your feelings. Now, everybody's human, and you're allowed to do that. Like, give yourself that space and just acknowledge, like, this is hard, especially for people who are like me that are control freaks, and I can't control what's going on. I'm being told I got to stay inside. So a
question that did come, okay, so circling back to a question that kind of came in a bit earlier, I had one that came in asking, what is your website?
Oh, website. Thrive Health Lab. So www.thrivehealthlab.com.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can comment and pin that. I'm going to figure that out.
You can. So what you do is you type it, you put it up, you hold the comment, and then it pins.
So, sorry. Do you see this?
And then also, if they go to my page, Total La Vie, the website's on there, everything.
Yeah.
And then I see this other question about how can we encourage our community to take Corona seriously?
Yes, that's important too.
That is really important. I think about, like, look at what it's affecting, like, to take it seriously, right? Like, if it was a joke, like, gyms would be open, people can go outside. I know last week from personal experience, and I already was taking it serious, don't get me wrong, but I was taking it serious because I also am OCD and I don't feel like people wash their hands or do what they need to do. So I'm gonna stay at home because I know at home it's clean, right? But last week was really hit home for me. And I think for some people, it's not going to hit all the way home until you start getting personal things that are happening, right? Like I have a cousin that's in the hospital. I have someone that I'm closely connected with that somebody passed in their family. They had an impromptu funeral and then all those people got sick. Like, it's just crazy. And I feel like until people start getting those like 1 degree or 2 degrees of separations of hearing stories, like, it's real. It's not just a flu, it's a respiratory disease. And if you're not already on your health and fitness, if you're not doing these things where you were already taking sea moss or turmeric or doing other things, and you weren't living the most healthy life, if you contract it, you may not be able to fight it. So I mean, I don't know how you tell somebody to make somebody feel serious about something. People are going to do what they want to do, which is part of the reason why we're still stuck in the house.
True. Very true. Very true.
I just think of it as like, do you want to go back to work? You want to make some money? Do you want to go out to brunches if you're into that? Do you want to go back to the gym? Do you want to go visit your grandma soon? You know, like,
it is the degrees of separation
because of their age, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of how it all snowballed, in which, let's say for the younger demo, you know, we're like, oh, we're under 65, so it's not a problem, right? So we're out. We're not going to take it as seriously.
Right.
But now, let's say 3-4 weeks later, everyone's like, oh, P.S., it affects everyone. And you're like, wait, what? Like, that's a huge problem. And then if you already had it in your mind that, you know, it wasn't going to affect you, it ends up being very cyclical. Exactly. Unfortunately. So, in terms of helping how have you pivoted in helping your community?
I need some water. Hold on.
Drink your water.
It's either that or wine, because I thought it was like, you know, happy hour somewhere. And I was a little, you know, I always get nervous before these things anyway. It doesn't matter how many.
Oh, yeah, I was very nervous.
So, as a gym community, I have about 14 instructors. We teach yoga, meditation, HIIT classes, bar classes, TRX. We do nutrition, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. We were one of the first businesses that when they had that first like closure in LA, gyms was on the list. Like, it literally said gyms have to close. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, how can we get around that? Like I'm a boutique gym, so like maybe it doesn't apply to me because I don't have that much foot traffic and I can literally clean everything and know what's going on. Yeah. And it's like, nah, sis, you gotta close. Wow. So I'm gonna be very honest about like the team that I have that is so amazing that stands in front of me, because I like to lead from the back, let them shine. When I got the news, I literally like shut down for a second. Okay, a couple of hours. I'm not gonna lie. I like sat down in bed. I like had my little cry fest because I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, and it was actually my instructors. They were questioning, but one of them was like, well, let's do some live streams. And I was like, you're right. Let's do some live streams. So if it wasn't for like my trainers and really believing in what we're doing and missing the clients as well, like, this live streaming probably would have been an afterthought for me, because I immediately was going into like, how am I going to pay people? What am I going to do? Right. So what we've done as trainers is we volunteer our time. all my trainers have been training every day. So we have about like 3 workouts a day, and we make sure that there's like a HIIT in there, a meditation, and a yoga. I've even been bringing in people that are associated with the gym already that may not be trainers, but like we have a life coach. My cousin came on this week and did like arts and craft with everybody so we can paint.
I saw that.
Like that's what we do at my gym. We do more than just fitness. We want to make sure as your total well-being is taken care of.
Yeah.
And I'm an arts and craft person. So what we've been doing is live streaming every day for free. And then we just ask for donations. We know there's some people that can't afford it, which is totally okay. At the end of the day, there is a need. People need to feel connected. People need that normalcy. People need to have a routine still. So like by now, what is today? Thursday? Yeah, this is about around a good time. So for me personally, I teach every Monday for sure. I teach ab party. I start off the week. I turn up everybody. We have a good time. I do things. But when it gets to like Thursday or Friday, I notice my mood starts going like this because I don't have that personal connection. Once I get on this live, I have a good time Mondays. I'm on like a high Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm like good because I see my clients. We're interacting like regular. I'm talking mess to them while they're working out. If I know they're on there working out with me, I'll be like, yo, I know you're trying to cheat. And they're like, Lala, how'd you know? But people need it. So we are just trying to feel a need, but at the same time, you know, I ask for donations, and the donations go directly to the instructors. Because
so is it a mixture of donations, and do you do any like private sessions, like private virtual sessions if people wanted?
If people want it, yes. We haven't promoted it yet though, but it is available. We can definitely do private 101s via Zoom.
Okay. I do know that there are some people, I've taken Zoom classes and with the gym that's more local, and the instructor actually wants to see everyone, but I know some people get a little scared, or you know, they don't want people to know what their homes look like, you know, the intimacy of it, and that totally makes sense. But it's always good to know that option is there. And so on the East Coast here, it's a little bit, you know, it's a lot more congested. What's the sentiment like on the West Coast, or at least you can't speak for the entire West Coast, but
congested as far as like the number of people in the area?
Yeah, it's number of people per square foot is like
I've been in New York plenty of times.
So for you guys over there, I hear that gyms were closed first, but like what is it like, how is community coming together? I've seen online where they have like this teddy bear thing where teddy bears are
Yeah, so in my particular neighborhood, people have been putting these teddy bears. It's called a quarantine pet teddy bear in their windows. So that people go as a family and they take walks with their kids. It's kind of like a little like, oh, look, there's a bear, something that to give them some type of comfort that like, you're not the only one in the house. The bear's in the house too. And some people, you know, put a mask on their bears and make it like good protocol. We ended up having to close our beaches and parks and stuff because people were still going there, but people are still outside and moving and walking. And I even, for the first time this week, I even went out and walked with one of my trainers, and it's weird. It's so weird because it's like you see people, you say hi, but you like literally give each other space and respect. If you feel like you're gonna walk up on each other, you just kind of separate and then come back to wherever you were. So it's interesting. It's different. I mean, it's unprecedented times. Nobody's ever been here. So.
And then going back to your gym and your community that you've built there and those attendees, have you heard from them in terms of if the virtual classes are giving them some form of balance or routine or mental check?
Yeah. After we do live streams, because our trainers, and that's another thing, people don't want to, because we also have challenges available online that people can buy. People come to thrive for the trainers and our personalities. So for them, every time somebody finishes, or even when people are watching the live now, they're saying like, thank you so much, Carly, or thank you so much, Cha-Cha, or thank you so much, Lala. Like, it gives them that routine that they need, and also that human interaction. Like, I watch all the lives, you know, while happening, just so I can like give feedback, and I'm doing the live with them. And today I literally text one of my, I keep saying literally, But
it's
I
actually
texted one of my trainers today, and I was like, I didn't do the workout with you, but I watched your whole entire workout, and it gave me life because it's her. It's her personality. Like, she was chipper. She was, you know, cracking jokes, talking mess to people that were on there, talking about my abs are dying. So it's definitely been helping our community. And I also know it's helping our community because people are sharing it. Like, hey, go check them out. Like, they're offering free classes. So there's a need. I'm not Superwoman, but I think I am. I try to fill the needs that are needed, which is why I started bringing on like arts and craft and Q&As with people in the community that can help give insight on like how to help yourself mentally. What's going on with real estate? Should you be trying to buy a house, you know? So.
Oh, I mean,
that's happening next week, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. As we come to our time benchmark, because I am being appreciative of your time and the community's time. Thank you, everyone who's joined in. What are 2 moves that you would recommend the community do at home that kind of gets the heart rate going and they can kind of do it on their own?
I'm trying to think of something.
Or more than 2, but if you want to do something on repeat.
Right. I'll get more than 2 because there's levels to everybody's fitness.
Okay.
Which is something that we really pride ourselves on at Thrive, is that we meet people where they are and we may give them modifications.
Yeah.
So of course, everybody knows a burpee would definitely get your heart rate up, but everybody's not able, and some people have equilibrium issues, and the up and down makes them dizzy. Jumping jacks are a good warm up. High knees, like bringing your knees to your, I feel like I need to stand up, knees to your chest. I don't have the camera really set right for that, but
people are throwing out some ideas. We have Callie's Own says blessings from Mayor Anthony Kelly. And Callie's Own is suggesting yoga.
Somebody said, oh Lord, a burpee.
Well, aren't there levels to burpees? There's the burpees.
There's levels. There's like, okay, so I don't have this position right. But you know, it's like you step down, you put one arm out, one arm down, one leg out. Look, watch one of our lives. I'll give you the down, okay?
All right, we'll get the burpees on live.
The burpees. So you could do burpees where you're not jumping. You just come down, you put one foot out, one foot in, walk one foot in, one foot in, you stand back up.
Well, what's this obsession with trainers or gym owners with burpees? Like, can we not?
It's a full body workout.
Total body. All right, well, it has to be
total body. But the issue, our gym, we don't do a lot of burpees like that. But that's because we're very big on form. So if you don't know how to do a plank properly, you don't need to do a burpee. If you have
people in here saying there's no level of burpee makes it easier. So.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Just come to my gym when you're visiting, okay? Also, a full body workout that gets your heart rate up and works your core.
Okay.
Planks.
Just hold it.
Hold a plank, side plank, low plank, high plank, plank. I call them plank parties. We do them on Monday mornings. Come join me.
Plank Pilates. Okay, Monday mornings at what time?
I teach Monday morning 8 a.m.
So that's 9, 10, 11.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot.
No, it's cool.
But it's up for 24 hours. So you have until the next day to do it. It's funny because I have family and friends like, oh, I missed your workout. I'm like, oh, it's still up. It's still up. You got 24 hours to get it in.
I feel like that's me. I feel like, oh, I missed the actual live one. I'm not sure.
And I go, you didn't miss it. I was like, because we always put it up. We don't delete it. We put it up.
Okay. All right. So we got 24 hours to get. So takeaways are total body, burpees if you like them, and in moderation. Planks are wonderful total body. Okay.
All planks,
another one.
All planks. And there's levels to it, right?
Yes.
I don't have the camera set up right now, but if you join me Monday morning, I definitely, when I do the plank party, I do an ab party, and I always have planks at the second part. Okay. But I give levels. I'd be like, this is level 1, level 2, level 3. Get where you need to get to, and then once you feel like this is easy, then you move up to the next level. So.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I'm gonna join you Monday. I might
No, you don't think you are. Great. Amazing.
Oh, okay, I've been committed,
You
and I
already put it in
will.
your calendar because you need that a part of your routine for your mental health, right?
Uh-oh, someone checked to see if playing party's still up, and they said it's still up, no slipping. Oh boy. All right. So Monday I will be there. I will film for the community to show that is my commitment to myself and
Look at that.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another part. So we talked about mental. We just clarified the physical.
Mm-hmm.
What about eating? That is a big problem. Eating.
Don't eat all your snacks.
But
Okay, so
it makes it so easy because it's
I know.
here.
Also, okay, so I know in the beginning of the quarantine, it was hard for me to find certain things that I normally eat.
Yeah.
Like the fresh stuff. I eat mainly more fresh food than I do food that has a long shelf life. Because in my mind, why do I want to put something in my body that can last on the shelf for a year or 6 months?
Okay.
I'm good, you know? I mean, other than grains and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, so every day this morning I've been doing like a egg, smoked salmon, or turkey bacon, avocado, and maybe a piece of bread. I didn't feel like doing that today, and that's okay. You don't always have to have a breakfast. So I woke up and just had tea this morning, and then I had like a little small bowl of oatmeal like an hour after my tea when I actually was like, okay, I'm kind of hungry. And then what I've been priding myself on, I've actually been posting them on my stories, because one of my clients was like, I've been needing to see this because I keep grabbing chips as I make a snack plate. And to me, that's
that's the thing. You do need, I don't know, I think it's a mental game in which you want to snack, and chips are obviously easy. You know, those things, those bags, that crinkly noise. I'm sure it's all scientific, right?
Cookies, that's my weakness. I'm a cookie monster.
I like salt, so any kind of chip, I will eat all the chips.
I have an issue. I won't even say it's an issue. A lot of people are like this, that when I'm eating something sweet, then I want something salty, right? So I had a snack plate that I made today for my sweet and my salty. So I had some oranges on there, strawberries. I had smokehouse almonds. Now those aren't the most healthiest almonds because they have all that salt on it, but I mean that's better than me eating a whole bag of chips. Like, you know, sometimes it's all about like your modifications and like just making better decisions. Wine and snacks are good, but you know,
well, I have my wine, so
that could be a whole nother discussion. But you know, having a whole cup of chips versus a fourth of a cup of chips makes a big difference. Anywho, I'm just gonna finish saying what I had on my snack plate today. So I had oranges, strawberries, a little cheese. I had some lunch meat because I didn't have no fancy other meat. I had
any prosciutto or anything.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that, right? I didn't have the fancy stuff because you knew where I was going. And then I had a boiled egg, and I had some pretzels filled with peanut butter from Trader Joe's on my plate, and that was today. And then yesterday I had some of the same stuff, but not some of the stuff. Like I had olive stuffed with garlic. So, yeah. Another suggestion when it comes to eating during quarantine, just like quarantine, fill up on things that are not your carbs, right? Yeah. Carbs are not the devil. They're not bad for you. You need carbs, you know, like, but, you know, when people think of carbs, they immediately just think bread and pasta, and that's not the only thing that's carbs.
Oh, yeah. There's more levels. There's levels to carbs, too.
Levels. Like I said, that could be a whole nother 2-hour talk, so I'm not going to go
we'll sidebar on the levels of things.
Yeah. But I would say, you know, when you're eating, don't eat your rice and stuff first. Eat like your protein first. Eat your vegetables, and then
put your complex carbs to the end of your meal.
Oh, there you go. See, Miss, I don't do this, but you do this.
Listen, I know it. It's about the practice.
Look, Amber, like, that's a Tutor snack. Yes, it is. That is a.
But I think, you know, just to not like hound about food, but I also think presentation. I'm a person who like loves the presentation. If I could just like present my food,
love presentation.
It really does wonders. You start, you know, it looks good, the colors look good, the smells, you know. I think that goes back to this plate, your little snack plate.
Right, and I was just telling somebody earlier, because when I was on FaceTime with somebody, And I was like, this is actually making me feel like I have more food than what I have, right?
I'm not gonna touch it for 2 weeks, so.
Well, I haven't straightened or put heat in my hair for about 2 years now. So
Okay.
I just always have curly hair. The reason why I had to point out my hair today is because I haven't been doing my hair. It's been in like one of those like matted.
But that's the thing. Like
One
mine
of
was
those
in a
matted
bun for a
buns.
week. Mine was in a literal bun for 1 week. So,
Yes.
and then when you comb it out, then it's all the hair everywhere.
Yeah.
So
So
that's a whole nother thing.
What's funny is like, people get braids. I personally don't really like working out in braids. I feel like they're cumbersome and they're in the way. Like I'm very anal
And they're
about
heavy. They're heavy.
Yes, and they're heavy. I don't like hair in my face. So like my go-to, like if I freshly did my hair like this and I go to the gym, all I do is put it like this, but I don't do a real point. You just put the ponytail holder and just hold it instead of like
loose.
being a slick back. And so then when I'm done, it is still, because my hair gets wet when I sweat, and I just pull it out and I just kind of be like, okay, well, hopefully it looks good for the next 2 days.
Well, that's the thing, because you emit so much heat from the crown of your head. So once you take it down, that lets it dry.
Right.
That much I do know.
Nobody has any questions. It's like, we got this.
Clearly, I got arms. My guns look at these guns.
Oh, those guns are looking good.
I've been working on my push-ups, my diamonds, and what have you, all the other options. But
Miss,
no,
I don't do this.
That's
Apparently,
okay.
you do this.
I'm trying to get back in it. I've been out the game a couple days, but mentally, I'm not there. But tomorrow's a new day, and I plan to get into it.
That's what I'm talking about. And Monday morning, you're gonna do the ab part.
And Monday morning, I will set my alarm.
So I've been doing themes.
Okay. What's the Monday theme?
So I've done a Beyonce theme, where it's just.
Oh, I missed it.
Well, I love Beyonce.
I know.
I did an 80s party where I dressed up in 80s.
I saw you did like a jazzercise.
Yeah, no, look, okay. I do these things because I'm going crazy just like everybody else. I'm human, so I try to do it to lift my spirits up, which in turn lifts everybody else's spirits up. And it's fun to be like, oh, let me see what kind of outfit I can come up with next. I did a LA West Coast version this past Monday with my bestie, which was kind of hard because I didn't realize all our music has so many curse words in it.
Someone threw in that meditating has helped them greatly.
Yes. We do meditation on our live stream. So we take guided meditations. That's one thing that I've been working on for 2020 in general, before Corona even happened, was trying to do meditation. And like my trainers know that I'm trying to work on that. So they're like, come into my class, blah, blah. And I'm like, I got work to do. No. Take an hour for yourself. And I'm like, it's really hard for me. Like, that's one thing that's really hard for me to do. Is like take that time of meditation or yoga or like just that quiet time.
Yes, the quiet time, the slower movements are hard for me as well. I have someone asking or stating that they're trying to hit their weight loss goals. But
we have nothing but time.
But they need some tips. Come on.
Right. So it's the same as if you didn't have time, right? It's just now you have the time to not make the excuse of, I'm a stickler, Maisha, for meal prepping. I know. So Maisha, she's amazing. She works in the entertainment film. So like, not entertainment film, entertainment world.
Yes.
So one of her issues, if you don't mind me sharing, I'm gonna share anyway. Thank you, Maisha. Is she's on sets all day. So her having that sense of, you have craft services with all these amazing things that tempt you, that was like a struggle. Just like a lot of people in LA, that's their struggle, because a lot of people in LA work in entertainment. But now that we're at home, we have time. Meal prep. Figure out what you're going to eat that week. Try to get something that you can use all week. So it's just me here, maybe 2 people sometimes. And like yesterday, I cooked a little Cornish hen. I didn't eat that all last night. So I'm going to eat that again today and maybe make fresh vegetables with it. But the key is nutrition. You can't out-train a bad diet. You can't.
And you know what you're saying makes a lot of sense. And I don't think, at least I haven't seen it anywhere on social, people aren't talking about the meal prep aspect of quarantine, right? Because we're all buying everything that we...
So what you're saying is I need to go do that. Okay, thank you.
Right, like, oh, so you're saying I should prep for multiple days as if... Because meal prep to me, as it was pre-quarantine or pre-being, you know, at home,
that was your thing. You did
based on lunch, you know,
right.
lunch or what, you know, the flow of my work day. But now being at home, it's like, oh, I mean, it makes sense.
No, it does. And then also for people, and I'm not a part of this world, but I'm very empathetic to all the ladies and the men that are husband and wives, have kids, but still have to work. You still have to figure out what they're going to eat. And you know the kids keep coming in every couple of seconds. Snack? Can I get a snack? No, you can't get a snack, but you can have what I pre-made and made your snack plate already. You can have half of that. And if you eat all of it, you can't have no more later. I mean, I don't have any kids. I got cousins, and that's how I treat them. So
yeah. But I think that
meal prep now is even more important than it was before, because you don't have the luxury of going to whatever restaurant or whatever you want to go get food in within a timely manner. So of all times now, especially for those that are juggling their husband or their wife and their kids, you need to have meals pre-done or like pre-thought out versus open up the fridge and be like, and then you don't want to risk having to keep going to the store every week or every 2 days, considering that there is a virus outside. So take a piece of paper, write down what are the things you know how to cook, because some people, you know, can only cook a couple meals.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Key.
And then put in there what it is you're going to cook, what you're going to try to cook and do. So I just say meal prep. I mean,
that's a good takeaway for me, because I've been like, I eat the same thing for breakfast every day, but then, you know, it's the Wild Wild West after that. And then dinner, I'm like, oh, I'm going to cook, but I'm only cooking enough for that one, you know, meal.
Sorry,
I saw hey, newbie. Okay, y'all. So the woman who introduced us has joined the chat. Welcome to the party, Nubia. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Snack plates. Okay, these are my takeaways. Snack plates and meal prepping for the week, because otherwise now you're just having snacks.
Yeah, now you're just having snacks. And I speak from experience. Like I said, I come from a family that, you know, is overweight. I come from both sides of my family is Creole, and we like to eat, we like to snack. And it is a lot easier to just grab the chips and the cookies. But if you really want to hit your goals and not feel lethargic or feel energized, right? So like I told you this morning, I wasn't really that hungry, but I also woke up a little like groggy. I had green tea and it made me feel better. I didn't have to take a supplement. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could eat foods that help boost your energy or give you a little bit of pep in your step, versus when you're eating these foods that have the 6 month and 1 year, 3 month shelf life. What do you think you'll feel like after you eat that? Okay, so in closing, just because it was inspired with what you just said, and you mentioned supplements and the like. Okay, so if we're just like easy breezy, you know, obviously all the GNCs are closed and what have you, what kind of vitamins do you think we can get at our local grocer that will help us? I know that vitamin C is helpful, right? Those are like B12. I take B12s.
Ooh, someone said I made enough fried chicken the other day and made chicken parmesan because they had a sale on chicken.
Resourceful, right? That's not eating it all at once. She probably staged and was like, you know what? I don't need to eat this whole thing. Let me eat like a fourth of it and do X, Y, and Z. So also we can have a whole nother talk about this, but I also feel a type of way about vitamins. I was taught by a dietitian that long story short, if you don't have a deficiency, you don't technically need to have that vitamin, right? Because if I go to the doctor and they tell me, hey, you're deficient in vitamin D, you may want to start taking some vitamin D vitamins. Me, as someone that I know how to get vitamin D in other foods, I first turn to food to get the vitamin D. And if I feel If I still
Versus
can't get what I need, yeah, versus getting a supplement that is encased by you, who knows what it's encased by. And if I can't get it from there, then I'll go get a vitamin, right? What happens is when people take vitamins and you don't technically have a deficiency or a need, it goes right through your body. Your body doesn't take onto it, and or you can have too much of that vitamin in your body at that point. But that's a whole nother discussion.
Okay.
So, yeah, but for right now, these times, B12, zinc. I saw somebody put zinc, which is true.
Someone just threw in maca powder.
I've never had that. I've never had that.
What is it? Do you know?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
I've seen it. I feel like it's one of those things that probably has been around for forever and it's on trend now. So it's on in every little shake supplement now. Like I've seen it in powder form. Yeah. And you add it to your shake. Maybe they can let us know exactly what that is. I'm not gonna act like I know what that is right now. Yeah. I don't.
It might come through. There might be a little. Oh, it's for energy. Okay.
So I try to get.
It's probably more of a natural energy enhancer.
So when it comes to supplements and stuff, emergency, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, B12. I personally take, because when I was training for a competition 2 years ago, that's when I first met you. I personally take CLA and I also take L-glutamine, but that's to help convert your fat into muscle. Like that's to help the body.
If you're doing that, I get it.
Right. So,
but for being at home.
You know what else I do take? I have low cartilage in both of my knees. So instead of trying to do surgery, I do I take glucosamine. I'm like, why am I on blanket? Glucosamine. And I get it in liquid form from Costco because I prefer to drink it rather than take a pill, and that helps the lubrication of your joints. So even if you have arthritis and stuff like that, it helps.
I have 2 questions. One is,
are you doing
vegan
community infection?
Yeah. How are you helping your community? Is there any outreach that you're doing in your community to help slow the rate of infection?
Outreach as far as trying to keep people inside and doing workouts with us virtually, yes. Are we going out into the community and talking to them about slowing the rate of it? No. But the part that we're doing is helping with the mental, with the meditation and the yoga, teaching people how to slow down and having arts and crafts stuff for people to do. And then also providing something that they can do from the comfort of their home with their families, so they're not busy going outside trying to work out and spreading.
Right. For vegans, any vitamin or supplement recommendations? Not sure. I know you're not a nutritionist specifically, but
I'm not. Look at that. Look. See, you be acting like you don't know what you're talking about, but you do. And by law, I can tell people like what they can eat, but I'm not a registered dietitian, which is like 4 to 6 years of schooling. Yeah. Where I can actually say, here, eat this at this time and that time. Like I have access to the dietitians. I can build something. I give it to them to approve and give it to somebody. But you're right. Vegans, no. I mean, I have Vigo 1. I think it's a Vega 1. I use that as a shake.
Oh, I've used that in
I've had that and that tastes good to me. But that's the only thing I've ever tried. And the only reason why sometimes I try vegan stuff is because I'm sensitive to lactose and I'm sensitive to soy.
Okay. That makes sense. Kind of pushes you.
I'm sorry.
That pushes you over there.
Yeah. Sometimes I put me in the vegan section because I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Another question. Any insight on how many calories one should be intaking for weight loss specifically?
For weight loss specifically, honestly, it does vary between a person. I can't give a general number.
Okay.
Because everybody's body mass index is different. Everybody's muscle and fat and what they're doing every day in the gym. I would say I can only speak from my experience from when I was shredding 2 years ago to get very muscular. I got all kind of juiciness now, but I was doing about 1,200 calories, but my focus wasn't calories. My focus was the macros, and macros is what makes up calories. So that's your protein, your carbs,
So your focus was macro. The macros and the other pros. Still trying to figure out what that means, but that's another chat.
Look, that's a whole nother talk. Like, talking about
there's so many
macros.
chats.
Yeah, there's so many. Macros is what I don't recommend people going on calorie diets. Well, I also don't really believe in diets, but that's it's another talk. I believe in, like, the biggest issue our community has is not the diet part per se, is making it a lifestyle. So for me, I really try to instill healthy ways that you can eat, and just and then there's I forgot where I was going with this, but yeah. I have one more
You
thing.
were saying that you can't prescribe a certain caloric intake per day for weight loss because you don't know the actual person.
Yeah, so everybody is different.
I can say this, or I want to say this.
Right.
Person who has asked the question, please reach out to Coach Lala V directly, and she might be able to help you virtually, and you guys can have a full conversation, a full comprehensive conversation as to what you need done. And you don't have to live on the West Coast. Right?
Right, you don't.
Okay, well, Coach Lala, I am getting ready for out over here in New York. They have like a 7 o'clock roll call, which I love, and it gives me energy every day. So that is fast approaching, and I hope that it gives you energy, and I will share it with everyone on our channel as well. We're trying to pull it all together, but thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It has been a pleasure.
Yes, I will be there on Monday morning or Monday afternoon for me. But for everyone on, we have listed Coach Lala's Thrive classes. There's tomorrow, Saturday, and then there's Monday. They're in feed. Check them out, and we'll be reposting them again.
And just to reiterate, because it wasn't really pinned, but I'll just restate. Well, first things first, you can just go to my page. I have all the links to everything. But our website, our gym website is www.thrivehealthlab.com. We do have things you can buy as far as challenges or stuff you can do at home. When you get a personal trainer, I have one trainer that's just in charge of our virtual training right now. But then you also follow us on Instagram at Thrive Health Lab. All one word. That is where you can find our live streaming. We live stream every day, and it's up for 24 hours. And then if you can't make it, or you just want to like look at it, it's fine. But please just do us a favor and share it.
Yes, please. Sharing is caring.
Yeah, sharing is caring, and it's bigger than getting the donations, even though donations are much needed and appreciated, and we're grateful for them. But for me, I just want people to see how we thrive in our gym and like get to know our trainers and really get these amazing workouts. So
yes, thank you. And for anyone who was who's talking about the roll call, I hope to hear you. I would say that let's make it loud. 7 o'clock's fast approaching. Let's show our appreciation for everyone out there helping us virtually, like Lala and her team, and helping us out there on the streets. So thank you.
All right, bye. See you later.
Bye. See you.